Hey, so how you doing today? I'm just going over the second written assignment, which would be course written assignment number two, which is worth 100 points. So this one is an assignment that I have to explain. It's 5 to 7 pages. Also, again, you can access it through checking on the modules, which has written assignment on there too. So you have to have 5 to 7 pages. I'm going to explain the format in detail in a minute. Want an APA format, double space as well. So don't have it triple space. Don't indent all, real big. I mean, make it very narrow where you're trying to get as much as you can. So usually the font is always 12 times New Roman. Uh, Making sure that you just follow that in a minimum format for APA. Now, what it is that you have to choose a topic. So you choose a topic based upon something that interests you. I don't choose a topic, you choose a topic. So the topic is based upon anything that has to do with the chapters of the book that we've gone through. So there's also I have the PowerPoint presentation, the lectures, the discussions, and everything, and you can access that information and say, okay, based upon any of the chapters of the book, we're going to you're going to choose a topic. So, a research topic can include, of course, an intro to sociology class, culture, socialization, crime and deviance, social stratification, things like social class in the U.S. So, global stratification, marriage and family, sex, power and gender, sexuality, race and ethnicity. So this is for the intro class. If this is for the course like social problems, any of the stuff that the chapters that's kind of similar to what this is as well, but any of the chapters of the book. So what we're going to look at is something that interests you. For example, a student of mine wrote about the negative stereotype of African American women in the media. Another student wrote about how people are socialized into their gender roles through their family and society needs. So, a lot of this information is based upon a topic or something that interests you, like beginning any of the chapters we talked about, and something that you can elaborate and explain. So, let me show you the format how I'm going to want this to be done. So there's the research part, which has to do with the history and the current status of it. The second part, get into sociological theories. So let me slide down a little bit, let you know, first of all, 5 to 7 pages, you need a cover page. Cover page is going to be the title of your topic, the class, course name, and the section number, the college name, and then your name goes there as well. That's on the cover page. That page is a separate form by itself. It is not included with the introduction, and it is not included in the 5 to 7 pages. So, just going based on this outline format, everybody have different writing styles. I'm just bringing it to your attention. The introduction piece. Some students, some people start out with a thesis statement, which is kind of a sentence or two that, briefly introduces what your topic is about. And then the second part, the remaining part of the introduction, different from doing an abstract. You briefly introduce what you're writing about. So you're going to briefly mention about the history, current status, the two sociological theories, and also a part of your conclusion. So everybody have different formats. I'm just giving you an example, but the introduction definitely I want you to be not a part of the cover page, but just you wanted your reader to be able to read the first two sentences and definitely read the introduction to say, okay, I know exactly what this is about. I'm interested in reading it. So you want to just bring the reader in. You don't want the reader confused after reading the introduction, and then there's something totally different in the body and the conclusion, and like, okay, this doesn't flow. So some people have a writing style. They may do the body first, conclusion next, and then they go back and do the introduction. So depends on the writer. It's only 5 to 7 pages, as you all will eventually move on, in your education. If you haven't done so already, you're going to write 10-page papers, even 20-page papers. My thesis for my master's of sociology, I think, was 75 or 80 pages. Things like that. My MBA business plan was maybe 80 pages. My project management capstone for the Master's of Project Management was another, I don't know, 70, 80 pages. So currently, finishing my dissertation, that's, 300 to 400 pages depending on what you're writing on. So I just want to get students to get used to the writing style that's going to be in your future educational future and also in your career, where you're going to be used to writing. However, I want this to be a written assignment based upon your opinion and not just a straight research. So I'm going to explain a little bit further what I mean. So as we get past the introduction, remember the introduction is going to briefly talk about the body. In the body, in its outline form, the history. I need some history in your topic. Give me the historical information of the topic that you choose. Uh, so if you talk, remember also when you're given statistical information, dates, percentages, and other data, if you're choosing a topic, just say you do about marriages, you cite statistical data of number of people who were married in the 1800s. For example, people were married at a younger age and was less likely to divorce. So the history piece of marriage, going back to the 1800s, 1700s, the history of marriage, however you want to do it, just give me some historical data so therefore I know some history of whatever topic that you choose to write or a so-called social problem or social phenomena that you're discussing. So make sure I have a history of it so I know exactly, what background that your topic has. The next thing you're going to do is also talk about the current status of your topic. So, for example, more statistical information may be available 2019, the number and percentage of people getting married using the same example of married and divorce. The current age of people today getting married compared to the 1800s. Just give me some current status, whatever the topic you have, social problem, social phenomenon that you're discussing in your topic. Give me the current status. So I have the history, and then I also have the current status. Also, remember when you are talking about historical information, current information, you're bringing up data. You have to cite your sources where you got it from. So you're saying back in 1975, 54% of people. Okay, sounds good, but where did you get that information from? So you find a source, and then at that point, you're going to cite your source according to APA format. You can also Google APA format. I'm going to try to find a link or something that you can get more information on APA format as well that can be able to help you out. But make sure you do that. You have to cite your sources. When you're giving me years, dates, statistics, things of that nature, that's research which was done by someone else, and I need you to cite where you got the source from and give the author or the person who did the research the credit for that. So make sure you cite that. What I mean by citing your sources, of course, you're going to talk about the reference page in a little bit. Some people call it the works cited page. On the reference or works cited page, you're going to have a list of all the sources that you use: journals, books, newspaper articles, whatever you may have found, and then you're going to put that on the reference and works cited page, which is the last page. And I'm going to talk about that in a minute. But make sure for the history of your topic, the current status of your topic, and cite your sources. Next thing is, everybody know I'm big with the sociological theories. Of course, there's the main three sociological theories. You all know the conflict theory, symbolic interactionist theory, and the functionist theory. So from those three perspectives, those like the three main sociological theories, but I want you to find there's other forms of there's symbolic. Under the symbolic, you got labeling theory, differential association theory. There's a social exchange theory. There's a lot of sociological theories. So I'm not just pinning you to those three, but there are other theories. Robert Merton's strain theory. There's different ones. Travis Hirsch's theories. Uh, so psychoanalytic theories. I can go on and on about the different sociological theories, but I want you to find sociological theories, not the psychology theories, but more or less the sociological theories. So I don't want you to pull part of a psychology written assignment and then mix it with this one based upon the theories. Find some sociological theories. You can Google it and say, hey, here's my topic and sociological theory. They can come up with different theories. Anytime you have any questions, always feel free to ask me Okay, what do you think about this theory? Let me know. I have no problem with that. So you have to find a sociological theory. So what you're going to do based upon your topic, you're going to define and explain what that theory states about your particular topic. So therefore, if you use marriage, the conflict theory uh, has an opinion towards that. So let me go back up to here, for instance. So when we're going back into the sociological theories, so like I said, you're all familiar. That's what I do. Give you all sociological theories. For example, if you choose a topic on marriage and family, the conflict theory says power is a source of conflict in a marriage. They say historically men had the power in marriages, which caused conflict of a marriage. Back then, women had fewer choices, as the conflict theory states, to leave an unhappy marriage because of her children or financial reasons, or even just the culture. If you're going back then, religious reasons, family religious reasons why. However, today, women are definitely breadwinners, and a lot of them are the head of a household financially, which makes them, according to the conflict theory, less likely to continue an unhealthy relationship. This can be an example of how you could discuss the conflict theory and its relationships to marriages. Excuse me, dog. Hey, stop. Apologies for that. Okay, sorry about that. So the next thing we go into is you want to do this conflicts of sociological theories. You don't have to use the conflict theory. You can use any sociological theory. So when you have the sociological theories, uh, basically you're going to explain what the theory states. You're also going to talk about what the theory states about your particular topic. And then also what I want you to do is also add if you agree or disagree with the theory. So here's your theory. What did the theory states about your topic? You're going to say, I agree with this theory or I disagree with this theory. And give me the reason why. So if you say, well, I agree with the conflict theory, don't just leave it like that. I want you to explain why you agree with the conflict theory or you disagree with this particular theory that you chose. Tell me why you disagree with that particular theory. The next thing, you're going to find a second sociological theory and basically repeat it. You're going to define and explain what the theory states about your topic, a different sociological theory. Then you're going to apply the theory to your topic, explaining how it relates to your topic again, and also add if you agree or disagree with the theory. So two sociological theories. Make sure you add that in your paper. It's worth 50 points. If you don't put any sociological theories, you're going to lose 50 points according to the format that I have in the syllabus. So after you've done the sociological theories, then here's the conclusion. So the first paragraph of the conclusion, you're going to briefly summarize the body of your paper, everything that you talked about, including any findings from your body of your paper, as well as discussing the sociological theory. So it's the first paragraph I want, and the conclusion is to summarize everything you kind of talked about, anything that you've learned from the beginning of that writing your paper. This is what you brought in your conclusion, summarizing everything in the first paragraph in your conclusion. The second part of the conclusion, I want the second paragraph is to discuss your outlook on the future of your topic, in your opinion. So, this is your opinion, the second part. The second part is going to state, well, according to how you feel about your topic. If you say, well, marriage and divorce, I think divorce would be avoided. I think marriage would be better. And I think this social problem should be addressed this way. We need more resources in place, any social phenomena, anything like that. This is your outlook of the future of your topic. You're going to put that in the second paragraph as well. But again, this is going to be based upon your opinion. So again, we're going to have the introduction piece, the body, the conclusion, and then we're going to get to the reference page, which should be a minimum of 4 pages. I have 3, but it should be really 4 references, because if you go back and look at this and say, well, it should be a minimum, because one, if you're giving me history information, that's one reference source. Current status, of course, I need some statistical information, some data, some dates. Second reference, when you bring a sociological theory, now maybe you can pull both of these sociological theories from one main source. However, it can be either, look at it, should be a minimum of four, but if you get, I already wrote three, so, but if you have 3 to 4 references, that'll be fine as well. So I give you a little credit for that. So 3 to 4 references minimum. And don't forget to cite all your sources in your written assignment throughout your paper. The reference page is not included in those 5 to 7 pages. So make sure you definitely include that. So pretty much this written assignment, again, you kind of want a conclusion. You summarize everything you discussed in the paper into a paragraph. You would summarize everything you discussed in your written assignment, starting with the history and current status of your topic. Then you're going to discuss your 2 sociological theories that you chose and how they relate to your topic. So basically just summarizing everything. So for instance, this is written assignment. I want it to be more of an exercise, not so much a straight research, but this is addressing a social phenomenon, a social problem that's going on today. And use it as a tool for you as a voice, and more or less using this as almost as a conversation. So it's not so much, let me write something that Professor Logan wants to hear. It's write something that I feel that interests you as a person, and dealing with any of the sociological topics. And then I want you to elaborate a little bit further, discuss it, find something interesting to you, sociological related, and make it a fun exercise. Because like I say, if you go on with your master's degree, even your doctorate degree, whatever degree you have, you're going to be in a habit of writing as you further your education. Of course, you all would be successful in your education. You all will graduate from college. Congratulations on your associate's degree, your bachelor's degree, all that stuff, master's. You are going to achieve it. Trust me. So this is just was an exercise. I want it to be worth 100 points, 5 to 7 pages, APA format. Get familiar. If any questions, always ask me. And looking forward to reading these wonderful written assignments that you have.